Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining in today. And we'll be discussing, a few things about having honest conversations with yourself. And most of the time, when people ask themselves, how can I have a conversation with myself? How do I even start to have a conversation with myself? And many a times, these conversations, we have them unconsciously. We talk to ourselves, and most of the time, we even speak negative of ourselves in these thoughts. And it's very, dangerous for one to begin to speak negative to themselves, because it deals with your physical, emotional well-being. So you end up, saying to yourself, I'm ugly, I'm this and that. And as a result, you lose the essence of the conversation that you're having. So you begin to dive into the negativity, So the conversation, they're real. You can talk to yourself. But how can one have a conversation with themselves? This is one of the biggest questions that you have. Step number one, beware of your thoughts. Because talking to yourself, it means you're paying attention to your thoughts. And your inner indulgence or the inner dialogue that you have can either be positive or negative. So it can either focus on the negative things that you think you are rather than the positive things that you actually are. Take a moment and pay attention to how you think, your thinking shift, your line of questioning that you're questioning yourself, so you can control the process of thinking or of your thoughts. Number two, question and change the pattern of how you converse with yourself. Many a times people don't pay attention to what they think and how they think and how they think they're doing. Many of you fail not because you failed, simply because you had a lot of negativity in you. So you end up not even thinking positively about yourself. You don't even have faith or believe in yourself that you can actually do something. Excuse me. Many of you, maybe in your academic life, you feel like you'd have maybe right now you could have done maybe a PhD. Yes, it's possible, but there is a process that you need to begin to change in order for you to obtain a PhD or a Doctor of Philosophy, for example. You can start by maybe completing that honors, which will give way to your master's, and then ultimately it will give way to your admission to your PhD. Because you cannot do a PhD before unless you follow some process and it change the way you see things. So you're not a failure, you're not a reject, you're not a second hand, you are your original self. But keep question and understand that your pattern of thinking and line of thinking are very important. So when you converse with yourself, question and change the pattern of how you answer yourself. You will notice that the main, themes of thoughts that keeps coming back. The more you notice a thought, the less it will be, the less it persists. The pattern then change that particular thought. So you begin to see things differently. You shift your perspective and your mind, and things begin to lighten up. Connect with the truth and gain clarity. So sometimes, you know very well that you're not good in mathematics, but you still go ahead and do something that has mathematics. So the chances of you failing are higher than the chances of you passing. But because you keep quiet and you don't even know how to give clarity or gain clarity to your strength and the truths around you, you will lack progress. So if you implement these 3 steps, number 1, remember, beware of your thoughts. 2, change the pattern and question yourself on the line of your thoughts. Connect with the truth around you. Know your strongest point and your weakest point. Know how to clarify it. Know how to work out around yourself. Interview yourself. Get a pen and a paper or a notebook or even on an electronic journal. Begin to write. What do I like the most? What are my fun moments? What is the most painful experience I ever had? How did I overcome it? Am I coping with the history? Did I deal with history? Am I doing well? Is there something I need to change? What is the biggest achievement that I ever had? What makes me proud? What do I have energy for? So when you begin to ask this question and interview for yourself, you begin to mold yourself and do, justice to yourself. So you begin to be yourself and you know yourself. What best qualities do I possess? What skills do I have? What are my weaknesses? What are my strengths? What should I do next? What shouldn't I do? So once you begin to do all these things, you begin to have a conversation with yourself, which is good, and it ends well, and you begin to know what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do. Thank you so much for watching this short clip. My name is Alex, and I will be more with honest conversations that will help you to determine and value yourself and upgrade yourself. Thank you so much.